Hi everyone, Bernard here with the latest Citizen vlog, a City quiz special, another one. Please, there's lots more of these City quizzes as well as City past and present, obviously, vlogs. Just check the links below and the cards at the end and everything else, please. And if you got any other fellow City supporting friends or family, please let them know about me, and please, all the subscriptions and thumbs ups, etc. will be fantastic. Please, if you're new to the channel, push the old subscribe button. That'll be great. Push the bell notification so you know these little special vlogs are coming out. And please, thumbs ups. You know, it's always nice to be viewed, but it's also nice to get plenty of thumbs up. It's really appreciated, and only takes a split second, doesn't it? Anyway, right, we have visited the 2018-19. Remember that book up there, The Formidables? We have done a little quiz on that before, but I want to have a little different bit of a slant on it today. Obviously, this was the wonderful publication that City produced last season, month by month, game by game, of the league title wins, obviously with the cups mentioned at the back, sort of thing. But I just thought I'd look through and look at month by month and remember certain things through images, etc. Who we played and who did we beat, and did you remember this? Do you remember that? So it's just a little bit of a fun quiz based on basically knowledge of that book, really. So if you've read through that book and had a good look through, you've got a good chance. But there's a lot of stuff in there that I must admit I did struggle on, and I didn't score great again on this one. There's a total of 17 points up for grabs from 15 questions. Please, have you done these quizzes before? I'll leave a little bit of a space so you can have a think and put an answer, or you can just pause the vlog or pause the video and answer in your own time. Have a little think about it. There's no big deal. It's just for a little bit of fun, a little bit of entertainment for you. Anyway, so we get on with it. Right, question 1. I'll show you some images. I won't. Some are just basic questions. The first one, question 1. We'll go back to August of obviously 2018, isn't it? 2018-19. I've got 2019-20 on my sheet of paper here. I'm a bit optimistic, aren't we? This time I'm recording this. I mean, we don't even know if there will be an end to the 2019-20 season. Yeah, so we go back to the 19th of August, 2018. First game at the Etihad, so it's our second game, obviously. Who did we beat 6-1 in our very first game at the Etihad that season? I'll admit, I probably forgot. Obviously, 6-1. It's not unusual to beat teams by 6, is it? That's the thing. If it was unusual, we might remember more. But yeah, who did we beat 6-1? Right, question 2. Show you the images now, and you're going to see a goalkeeper with his name on the back of his shirt. So, really, what I want to know, this is back in September the 15th. Who did we beat? Someone 3-0. Who was it we beat? Again, it's at the Etihad. I'll show you a couple of images and just see. Look at the images there. The goalkeeper, the name on his back there. There's Leroy playing. Kit in the background. Look at the dark kit in the background. Who was it? Who did we beat 3-0? What was that team playing in the dark, like a dark blue kit there? What team was it? That was the 15th of September. And this is another sort of one of a team. Again, not playing the normal kit, so it's quite hard to think who it may be. Question 3, 29th of September. Again, we're at the Etihad, and it's a team actually playing in green. So, can you remember who the team were that played in green that day? You've also got a goalkeeper there, but you can't quite make out the name on the back. But someone in green on the 29th of September. It was a 2-0 win. Who is it? Who's playing in green there? Do you recognise anything of the players? Quite a hard one, that I would have thought. Be more of a close-up if you can recognise any of the players for the team in green. Who's the team in green? Wasn't easy, that one, was it? On to October. On to the 7th of October. This is a well, I can show you the actual action from this one because I'm not giving too much away. Obviously, it's that crucial game, isn't it? I mean, there's the old penalty incident on Sane. So the crucial game against Liverpool on the 7th of October. But what was the official crowd It's a little bit different. What was the official crowd that day? Was it 50,117? Was it 51,117? Or was it 52,117? So how many fans were in Anfield that day? Just to let you know, it was a little bit below capacity, so we're not quite sure why they didn't sell out for this one, seeing as obviously the City fans certainly sold their allocation, but it was a little bit below capacity, so that might give you a little bit of a clue. But Liverpool couldn't even sell out with a visit of the champions, could they, at that stage? And the next one. Right. City played away from home. I mean, they had different kits, don't they? But they played in remember the plum-coloured kit, the sort of maroony, plummy-coloured one with the orange sash? I'm sure you must remember that with the orange sash. So what was the first time we wore that season? Who did we play against? And this was the 29th of October. So who was the team we played against with that sash? I'll show you the image of the game. Obviously, I'll give too much away if I showed you the image of it now because you'll see the opposition. But so remember that plum kit with the orange sash? Which ground, which team did we play in the end of October 2018? And then we played in that kit. So where did we go? It was an away game. Obviously, we didn't wear it at home. So who was the game against for a point? We'll go to another 6-1 game here in November 2018. The sort of sad face, and obviously look at the kit there. It's a Southampton there. Southampton were on the end of a 6-1 hammering in November the 4th. So there's plenty of fireworks the day before bonfire night, wasn't there? But Southampton scored one, didn't they? Who scored the Southampton goal? So we won 6-1. Who scored the Southampton goal that night? The next one's got me an image. I want you to tell me. I'm going to show you an image of a player, but I'm after the player that's not on the image. So, and this De Gea, obviously against City. So we're talking November again. So De Gea is beaten there. So he's beaten by a shot. Who scored the goal? Who's not on that picture that I'll show you in a bit? Who scored the goal past De Gea against United? 86th minute, late goal. Sort of nicely sort of made the game safe, didn't it, at that stage, because you never know. Now, into December now, into the 8th of December. Someone, obviously that's when our unbeaten run finished, 8th of December, but at what ground did our unbeaten run in the league finish on the 8th of December, 2018? So who beat us? If you know who beat us, you know what ground it was. Obviously, it wasn't the Etihad, it was away from home. So what ground was it where we had our first defeat in the league? Now I've got a celebration now. Someone doing his familiar face, and I've got Mr. Bernardo in the background looking quite happy as well. Obviously a celebration. I'm sure there's nothing in that wording that can tell you the thing. You have to look in the background, give you a clue. Who is Sergio celebrating scoring a goal against? That's a nice easy one for you, isn't it? I should have left the writing on. It wouldn't have made any difference, would it? If you don't get that, you know, obviously our eyes need testing because of something in the background there. So who's Sergio celebrating against? We need some easier ones, don't we? Right, I'm not going to show you the picture of this one till you got the answer. January. So we're into January. That's Sergio in January as well. That's January, obviously, 2019. So we're going to the end of January 2019 now. And City scored away from home after 24 seconds. Who did they score again? Who was that against? So end of January 29th, 24 seconds. and City scored. But who was it against? It turned out to be the greatest game, unfortunately. We know the old saying, don't we? Sort of tearing Cockneys apart, don't we? But on question 11, on the 10th of February, we welcomed Chelsea, obviously, to the Etihad, and we, well, I think we sort of tore them apart, didn't we? 6-0. But there was 3 different scorers for City. Can you name the 3 scorers? We're tearing Cockneys apart. We get a bit bored with this, don't we? Just give me 3 names. Don't put 5 and say, no, I'll pick 3. I just want the 3 names. If you obviously only get points for the 3 that are right. So don't give me any more and either or. It's play the game. On to March now. On to March the 2nd. That's a great little piece there. Great little action picture of Otamendi. Look, one of his usual ways, trying to score a really dramatic goal. Back at the top, celebrating going to the back at the top of the league. So, what ground is it? If you know the team we're playing, what's the name of the ground? I'm after the name of the ground. So, the team's no good that we're playing against. What ground is it? What's the ground called? Another name the ground, just to follow on. From an image I'm going to show you. Again, just name of the ground. It's the top image I'm interested in. Name of the ground. City play there right at the end of March, 30th of March. What ground is it? Again, there's always easy ones in this, isn't there? They're not all difficult. Question 30. Name the ground. That's the end of March. So on to April. Getting there, aren't we? Getting towards the end of the season, getting towards the celebrations. On April the 20th, we played Spurs and a 1-0 win. I'm not going to show you this one. Who scored? Who scored the 1 goal for City in the 1-0? Very, very nervy game, obviously, but who scored City's winning goal? I think City were perhaps more cool than the fans were that night. I mean, I played it quite calmly considering it was only a 1-0 win. But who scored the goal? Can you remember who scored the goal? And a more tense match coming up. Obviously, the next one. That's May the 6th. And we're on to a certain game against Leicester City. And a certain goal by, well, we know, don't we? The legend himself. Old Vinny celebrating there. Glorious, of course. But multiple choice. So you've got a chance. What minute did he score in? What minute did Vinny score in? I remember actually looking at the clock virtually just seconds before he scored this and beginning to panic a little bit. Was it the 70th, the 71st, the 72nd, or the 73rd minute? So you just get a point if you're spot on. I'm not giving you half a point if you're close. You've got 4 options: 70th, 71st, 72nd, or 73rd. Which minute did it go down as? So which minute was on the clock? Which time was on the clock? Fantastic goal. Brilliant goal, superb goal, and that's just the relief when that went in. Unbelievable. There you go, 15 questions. 17 points up for grabs. Shall we see how we did? Right, let's have a look at the answers. Of course, the first game at the Etihad was obviously I don't know if you recognise them from the kit there, but obviously it was a 6-1 win against Huddersfield Town. Obviously ended up getting relegated that season. So that was the answer to question 1. Give yourself a point for that. Of course, the team where you saw the goalkeeper, which didn't give too much away, unless you know that Bettinelli played for Fulham. Obviously, we played Fulham in the dark blue kit there. Fulham. There's Fulham. So if you answered Fulham, give yourself a point for that one. 3-0 win over Fulham. team in green. Well, the team in green, again, we were to play them later in the season at Wembley as well, weren't we? In a game, obviously the team in green are Brighton. So if you knew either of these two players, you probably had a chance. But that's Brighton and Hove Albion. Just 1 point if you said Brighton. And of course, a Liverpool game. Yeah, it's a few hundred below capacity. There's no obvious reason for it, even for allowing for segregation. The crowd was 52,117. So if you said 52,117, give yourself a point, which is a little bit under capacity, or well, a few hundred, almost about 1,000 approximately under their real official capacity, and allowing for segregation. So a little bit disappointing for Liverpool, but hey, there you go. It's only City fans who have empty seats, so it shouldn't be no big problem really. And as I said, do you remember the old plum kit, the old sort of plum maroon, I don't know what colour it is, with the orange sash? Well, of course, it was a game against Tottenham Hotspur. So Spurs was the answer I was looking for you to give yourself a point for that. Question 6. Of course, obviously the hammering against Southampton. Another 6-1 for City. We're good at these 6-1s, aren't we? We enjoy these 6-1s. Of course, the scorer for Southampton, I think we were 3-0 up at the time. I think it made it 3-1. Was Danny Ings from a penalty. So if you said Danny Ings, give yourself a point. I had no idea whatsoever on that one. And of course, we can see the picture. Here we go into November now of De Gea getting beat by going past him. Of course, it was the goal by Gundogan, making it 3-1 and sealing the game for City that night. And the first game that City lost, City stumbled to defeat in the league, was of course the ground I was looking for was of course Stamford Bridge. So we lost at Stamford Bridge, showing you the wrong picture. That was your was Etihad. I should remember the Etihad, shouldn't we? And of course, celebrating the goal. I mean, you must have seen Lovren in the background. Obviously, it's against Liverpool. Obviously, that was a bit of a giveaway, but it can't all be hard, can they? It can't all be difficult questions. So obviously, that was celebration by Sergio. That wonderful goal against Liverpool. And the team City scored, and obviously it ended up badly for us. We ended up losing the game again in January. Was Newcastle? Obviously, was when we scored after 24 seconds. Sergio scored, put us ahead after 24 seconds, and it just all went wrong after that, really, didn't it? Unfortunately, which is a shame. So obviously 24 seconds. So the answer I was looking for was Newcastle. Give yourself a point. Question 10. Question 11. Of course, the very famous City 6-0 against Chelsea. Obviously, the 3 goal scorers between them got the 6 goals, so it wasn't half the team who put the ball in the, half the team did. It certainly wasn't half the team. Was Sterling, Aguero, and Gundogan. So they were the 3 players' names I was after. So give yourself 3 points if you got all 3. 2 if you only got 2, and 1 if you only got 1 of them. And I said, no cheating, no putting 6 or 7 down. I said, oh yeah, they're in that. So no cheating on that one. I have trust in you that you're not going to do that. Question 12. Yeah, I mean, it was showing action there from the 1-0 victory at Bournemouth. Another quite seemed close, but it didn't seem that close on the night. It's been quite comfortable. Yeah, and it's a Vitality, isn't it? The Vitality Stadium's the answer I'm looking for. Vitality. I probably would have remembered that eventually, but I have to think long and hard about that. These sponsored name stadiums, I'm a little bit lost on them. And of course, the other ground we were looking for, quite easy, isn't it? You've got the cottage in the background, of course. We're talking Craven Cottage, Fulham, aren't we? Great image, a great ground, old traditional ground with that cottage. That's absolutely superb. It's like the church in the corner of Goodison Park, isn't it? A bit more iconic, a bit bigger, a bit more obvious than perhaps the church at Everton. But it's that's what I like about the old stadiums, the old little quirky things they have with them. And of course, the 1-0 win against Spurs. It was a pretty rare appearance in a big competitive game for this gentleman here, Mr. Phil Foden, who scored the only goal. Again, another 1-0 nervy victory. But it was Phil Foden, what I was asking for. And of course, that was April, and it takes us into May, and obviously the title almost there. You could feel it, couldn't you? Feel the title coming, getting closer and closer and closer. We had a trip to United, didn't we, after that? But then, obviously, come with the hour, come with the man, come with the captain. Obviously, Vincent Kompany. I mean, that was against Leicester, wasn't it? A 1-0 win against Leicester. And, obviously, Kelechi Iheanacho should have really scored right at the end, shouldn't he, to put a dampener on it? But obviously, his City leanings probably came into it. So, yeah, I mean, the Vinny Kompany goal was probably, multiple choice. You had 70, 71, 72, 73. It was actually clock. It was on 70 minutes when it went in, because I do remember looking at the clock and thinking, oh God, 20 minutes. And then literally he scored seconds later. So, yeah, that was Vincent Kompany in the 70th minute. So 70, if you said 70, if you said 71, I'm not, got to stick by my rules. It was, I think it was 70 was on the clock going into the 70th minute. So that's the answer I'm after anyway. So if you've not got that, unlucky. That's 1 point for that. So that's 17 points. So how well did you do? Well, I only got 10. I reckon I got about 10, so not great. Not bad, not great. There's probably about 3 dead easy ones, wasn't there? 3 or 4 dead easy ones, so I didn't really do that well after all that, did I? But hope you enjoyed that anyway. With that. An optional look at the 2018-19 formidable season or treble winning season. I don't really go with this formidable thing. I mean, I never call the Community Shield a trophy ever. But hey, it winds people up, doesn't it? So why not? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Please, you can follow me on Twitter. Try to follow everyone back. You can follow me at Charles Dineen. Dineen spelled DINNN at Charles Dineen. Obviously, a lot of personal stuff and football stuff on there. And obviously, I'm on Twitter also at Nostalgia_movie, which mainly concentrates on my movie stuff, TV dramas, but obviously has City on it as well. So it's all 3 really, movies to drama and City on there. And obviously on Facebook at Burns and Email, links to Movie Game Nostalgia.com, my little website for old rare DVDs, posters from the 90s and 2000s, movies posters, and retro board games, older board games. If you can have a look on there for a minute or two, much appreciated. Thank you very much. More the merrier on there. Get my footfall up, get the analytics up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Please check the links below for other quizzes and other cities and past vlogs, other cities and present vlogs that are out there. Loads of them with cities, you think. And as I said, if you like TV, if you like movies and drama as well, please check out the playlist for various reviews and specials I've done over time. And again, loads and loads of them as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourself, look after your friends, look after your family, and just look after everybody else. Let's keep looking after each other as much as we can. Until the next time, I'll see you again. This is Bird saying goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.